Hello and welcome to the 37th edition of AFC Fylde Still We Rise here on Football Manager 2020. Today you join us for a leasing.comtrophy Northern Section Group H game as Fylde welcome Leeds under-23s to Mill Farm. In truth, I don't have a clue what to expect out of this one. I don't know how good Leeds under-23s are. Leeds, the senior team, are a Premier League side now. They got promoted as they did in real life. But they won their first game against Macclesfield in this competition. But then their most recent under-23 fixture was a loss to Sunderland under-23s. So it's difficult to get a proper read on just how good they are. Hopefully we can see another win, because last time out in episode 36, you may pause and go back and watch the episode first if you want. I'll pause now. Okay, we're back. We actually got a win in Sky Bet League 2 on YouTube, which is the first time that's happened this season, which is fantastic. It was 2-0 and Jan Songo was amongst the goals from a corner. I'm fairly sure I'm going to start changing my name to Corner Tango at the minute, because not only did I have an article published on the byline on the Football Manager website looking at how to set them up, the specifics of how I set up my corners for Fylde were on a YouTube video that is on my channel. Do check that out, borrow it, steal it, adapt it to your own squad. It's out there, so feel free. Not everything works, of course, for every team, but there may be some stuff there that you can utilise. And considering we scored 27 goals from direct corners last season, certainly something that's gone well. One of the few things, in fact. We are looking at a rotated squad for this game. Not as rotated as perhaps I have done in the past in that loss to Grimsby in the first game. Jordan Williams, Matty Kozolo, Nick Horton, Ryan Crosdale, Duxbury and Whitmore, so 6 of the first team, are all consistent, first choice picks. Porter up front, Chris Porter scored a few goals in an under-23 games just a few days ago, so we're going to give him a run out. Nick Cragen is sort of barging he's on the verge of the first team, I would say. And then you've got Neil Byrne and Tyrone Williams coming into defence. Dan Labacombe is our cup goalkeeper. I always want to give him a bit of a run out when the cup games come, and they are in quite regular order, to be honest, because we were in the Carabao Cup, which we got knocked out of. We are in the leasing.com trophy, and the FA Cup is still to come. So there are a couple of things that I'm going to do as the game starts, based on who's playing. So I've done a little bit of research into Leeds, and there are a few big dangers that we need to kind of look at. The other thing that I've been doing during, between games, because we haven't played any other fixtures since we defeated Salford, is just updating our staffing ranks. Now that we're in League 2, we can have a few more staff, things like additional data analysis and sports science people. So we've signed a couple of those. Interestingly, in real life, the staff has sort of taken a bit of a change at Mill Farm. Nick Chadwick has been recruited from Wigan to act as a new assistant manager, replacing Kenny McKenna under Jim Bentley. And Andy Taylor, who we have here in a dual role, so he's both a player and on the staff in Still We Rise. In real life, he's taken on a performance analysis role with the club as well. Sold himself at what the chairman describes as a very low rate, a very competitive rate, and thus has sort of piqued his interest there. So congratulations to Andy Taylor. Really looking forward to seeing what he does in that role, and similarly with Nick Chadwick, because he will probably be taking over quite a lot of Jim Bentley's job role, certainly in the early part of the season, because Jim is due to have a heart bypass. Of course, all the best wishes to Jim for his health. Jim Bentley is a really nice guy. Always makes time for you when you approach him at the ground, and I want to have a quick chat with him. Really top bloke. Hopefully, all his health gets sorted and he's back in the dugout pretty quickly. In the meantime, of course, Nick Chadwick, a new assistant, which has been very much led by the chairman, David Haythornthwaite, he's wanted that change just to freshen things up. And he will therefore, Chadwick will take on a lot of the first team responsibilities that previously Jim Bentley will take. It's been quite interesting listening to David Haythornthwaite. I mean, his series is approaching in length our own here in Still We Rise, I believe. But he's talked about the difference between a manager and a coach. I think that's the sort of very much the setup that he's looking to employ there. What I'm doing now is I'm just setting some opposition instructions, because when I had a look at Leeds under 23s, there were sort of three big players that I was looking at quite a lot. Chikukwa on their right is a big, he's very quick, will get in behind. Grot tends to stay back a bit, but has a good powerful shot on him. So what we're trying to do is get our boys just to close them down and mark them out of the game. Leeds under 23s are playing the same as us, a 4-3-3 with a bit of a solid centre there. So we're also, while we're here, we just want to encourage the boys. So we're going to just wait until the tactics go through. There we go. And already they're on the break. Leeds there getting forward to good effect. Grot, Chikukwa, definitely two players to look out for. Chikukwa especially, I think he's a really quick player. Grot, very good at positioning, although it was Davis in behind there. Lavercan making the save with his legs, giving Leeds really the opportunity to come forward again. And Horton has given away a free kick right on the edge of the box there. Lavercan clutches the ball to his chest and makes the save. But it is really Leeds under 23s that have put in the better start here. We may just need to get a bit of a foot on the ball and see if we can move up the pitch. One of the frustrating things I find about Football Manager is that you don't always get to see the highlights. You sort of read the text and it says that your team has a corner or a free kick in a good area, and you don't even see it. See, we're second best here against Leeds. And there you go. That's the opening goal. Exactly the combination that I was talking about. Chikukwa to Grot. And this Duxbury should be doing better here. He should not be getting beaten like that. You've got to stand up against it. And then Tyrone Williams at the back post, just not getting up high enough, not challenging enough. I worried that it was going to go like this. Whether the rotated side really worked like that. There are a lot of rules, I should say, in the leasing.comtrophy about qualifying players and different things like that, and who you can play. They've all got to sort of have played X amount of games for either you or in total. They've got to be they can be on loan from another development club. So it's all quite complicated. Luckily for us, almost all of our players meet those requirements, so it's not too much of an issue. But I can imagine for other clubs it might be. We've got a rare attack here. See if we can do anything with it. No, it's going to come back the other way. Really good counter. Look at the speed that Leeds have got. And they've got men over in the box. It was 2 against 1 there in favour of Leeds against our defence. As Neil Byrne picks up a booking. That's always a concern for a central defender. Huggins for Leeds. First name, not Amanda. Okay, that's not funny. Huggins taking a bit of a knock in the first half. We do actually have to kind of win this in order to sort of keep our hopes of making it through the knockout stages alive. So we are going to have to do something about this, boys. We have to turn it around at the break. I think I'm going to have to go in hard on them and just tell them that they're not meeting up to standards. But yeah, I mean, the good thing is that at least Chikukwa and Grot have been otherwise pretty quiet. I'm going to go full aggression. I'm going to tell them, show me something else. Quite a lot of green there. Majority of the players. And you're all just going to go back out and you're going to do it again. We're going to encourage the boys as always. It's frustrating because I don't think Leeds under-23s, based on this evidence, are a lot better than us. But they're showing it. They're putting it on the pitch. And we're just not. Which is highly disappointing. And now Leeds under-23s with a corner. Save by Dan Lavercombe. Here we go at the other end now. Williams with the cross. Cut out. It's back to Cragen. Williams is going to fight to get the ball in. And there's the goal. It's the equaliser. Chris Porter squares the ledger. His first of the season. His first for about 15 games. Assisted by Tyrone Williams here. Showed good persistence. And then Porter gets in front of his man. Just that gap between the two centre-backs. And gets the header on target. And here we go. Again, no, it's Leeds who are going to take the initiative from this highlight. Stevens is through. How has he missed from there? Oh, he's offside. He was offside. Don't worry about it. Negative. Disappointing to see 339 fans in attendance. I was hoping for a few more than that, if we're honest. It's very much the opportunity to see tomorrow's superstars today, with the under-23s of Yorkshire's biggest side showing up. Probably going to cop some heat for that as well. I do think Leeds are Yorkshire's biggest side. I think they are. I don't think it's Sheffield United yet. If they'd have got into Europe, it would have been. I should say at this point, and if I say this, it's not going to happen, but at the end of the leasing.comtrophy games, instead of going into extra time, you go straight to penalties, which determines an additional bonus point for you. And in fact, I'm just going to look at making a substitution, but I might do it with penalties in mind. So on the bench, the likes of Jack Muldoon might be somebody that we look at for a penalty. So I think let's just bring Jack on. He can replace Kozolo, who I don't think was on that list. No, he's quite far down here, isn't he? Whereas Muldoon up in 3rd position. So that's the change that we've made with penalties in mind. But we've got to survive the next 8 minutes. And who knows, maybe we can go the other way. and give them a bit of a fright. The goalkeeper Huffer has got 5 minutes to go of normal time. But here we go again. And it's going to be Byrne. He's sent off, is he? A second yellow card for Neil Byrne. Right, okay. Who's coming off? Let's look at that penalty taker list again. Penalties. Jordan Williams. Oh, he's up there, isn't he? Right, we want to keep him on. Croasdale? It's going to be Croasdale, isn't it? It's got to be. So, Croasdale, we'll drop him back in there. And then we'll bring on Andy Taylor. There we go. We'll put him to the left. While Nick Horton's role is going to change. We'll include him as a central midfielder, but put him on a support setting. So that just drops him back slightly in order to give the defence a little bit more solidity. Although, having said that, we're actually on the attack here with Williams. Is that a goal? Oh, it's straight at the goalkeeper. Straight at Huffer in the Leeds United goal. Cragen with the big free kick in. Oh, it's going to be a break. It's a counter. Oh, they're through. They're broken through. And it's Bobby Camwa. Oh, the extra man paying dividends for Leeds under 23s. There was just nobody back. I mean, what were they thinking? They just let him go. I mean, Lavicum stays up as long as he can. Eventually has to go down. And Camwa just pops it over him. Oh, that is disappointing, isn't it? A man down and a goal down as well. Unfortunate to see. It's really now. Oh, this is the cherry on the cake for Leeds. They've cut through us like a hot knife through butter. Alfie Hughes, assist by Jordan Williams. I don't know if we can blame that on not having 11 men, because that was just awful. No marking whatsoever. Oh no, it's going to be another one, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely aimless ball there from Whitmore. We're forcing the goalkeeper to just knock it long, which is a good idea, but it's falling to a Leeds under 23 player every single time. They've just come alive in the last few minutes. You know, I remember when it was 10 minutes to go and it was 1-1. No, they've just absolutely excelled in the final few minutes. A worrying development for us there. We're going to be out of the cup, out of the leasing.com trophy, which is really no skin off my nose, if I'm honest. But looks like Macclesfield may have got us a win. Their performance was disappointing. It was shocking. Yeah. Majority of the players reacted well. Let's hope it's the ones that were at fault, because some of that defending was not good enough. What are they thinking? We're attacking, and they can't just shut up shop behind them. What did Macclesfield do? Where's Group H? Oh, southern section. Hang on a sec. Northern section, Group H. Here we are. Macclesfield got the win against Grimsby. Right, okay, that opens things up a little bit then. So we aren't actually eliminated just yet. Group H is right down here. It's going to take a miracle, though, for us to overcome Grimsby, who are 5 goals ahead of us, and it's not going to happen, is it? Well, it's at least we've still got something to cling on to. Oh, it was 16 matches that Chris Porter hadn't scored for, but he has done really well there to get the goal back. And there you go. Fylde manager slams team. That's exactly how I feel at the minute. Absolutely furious. You just bring it on yourself. It's so frustrating, this game. Well, thank you for being part of the journey. This has been episode 37. For episode 38, he says without having looked, I do know that episode 39, I'm looking at this one in the FA Cup, which will mean that Southend gets moved somewhere, probably the week before. I'm thinking Oldham away. Oldham, yeah, let's split it up like that. So I think we're going to play, we'll play Barnet and Mansfield off screen, Oldham in our next episode, so that will be episode 38. Then we'll do Crawley and Southend off screen, and the FA Cup first round will be episode 39. I always get confused with where we're up to, because today's 37, Oldham 38, FA Cup 39, and then for our 40th, we'll see where we are. Who knows? I mean, it might be Salford again. Go to the Peninsula Stadium. It's a dream, isn't it? On Boxing Day, no less. Well, thank you for joining us today. I will see you very soon.